Hey everybody, anything new? Hey guys, thanks for being patient. Alkali's been stuck in the financial mines doing overtime for about the past month or so. So I'm going to do another Ask Xander and another Ask Xander. Really smooth. First, we got Status the Ferret who asks, what is something you hope doesn't return to normal after all this is over? Good question, Status. As far as what all this is, you could be asking about a lot of things. I'm just going to assume you mean the coronavirus, so let's just go with that. So the earliest from the CDC is that we may never have a vaccine. And the earliest we should expect doses to the public at the earliest is by next year. So take that into consideration for everything I'm saying. When this is all over, those who were in power are going to do their damnedest to make things go back exactly how they are. But the thing is, a lot of people have learned they can work from home, they can do things that they were told they couldn't do, and they're not going to forget that. So what we're going to see is a lot of change about people working from home. We're going to see a lot of people demanding things from their government because they said they couldn't do a lot of things when they could. And I think a lot more people are going to start evaluating their world and like how we got here. Like I was looking at my Hawaiian shirt and it's from a brand called Cherokee that was made in Bangladesh. How does a Native American get on this shirt from Hawaii that's made in a foreign country, made by some kid who's probably given 2 cents? I don't know how that happened, but we should think about it. And hey, maybe that kid from Bangladesh deserves more than 2 cents, and maybe it deserves a fucking meal every day, but what do I know? A lot more people are realizing that the world needs workers to function. They're called essential workers, for crying out loud, so maybe we should appreciate them a little more. I would like to see that, definitely. Regda asks, what cheat code sequence do you still remember for a game? Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start, baby. I'm an 80s kid. That's the one I'll always remember. And you needed those 30 lives for those games. Contra was almost required to be able to finish the game. And same with Gradius, Life Force, and Gradius 3. I also remember Justin Bailey for Metroid, which unlocked everything, I believe, and it gave you the Samus while she's wearing her 80s aerobic gear, I guess, with green hair, so that was interesting. Tyro asks, what do you think of cover songs? Do you have a favorite one, and is there any that you like better than the original? Good question, Tyro. I usually like the original better, but there are a lot of cases where I do like covers better. Not gonna lie, if a cover doesn't add anything new, or if I feel like they're just doing it to do it, I hate covers. But if it adds something new to the song or a different take on it, I'm totally cool with it. I would have to say my favorite cover song is All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, you didn't know that one, did you? Bob Dylan did that one. Dr. Larks asks, what projects do you have that you've meant to get around to for a while? We're gonna do on the next question. In all seriousness, Dr. Larks, I have lots of projects that I've started and stopped, and I've tried to get better about that, honestly. Honestly, I think it's okay if you give up a project sometimes, because you can reevaluate a project and find out it's not as important to your life at this moment or in the future that you thought it would be when you started in the first place. If there's a reward at the end, go ahead and see it through, and it is good to have goals and to try things, but if you're just doing something that's making you miserable, maybe reevaluate if that's worth doing in the first place. As far as projects I have put on the wayside, I do have a lot of furry 3D animations that I started and I haven't finished, and I do want to finish and get them out there. Most people don't even know I can animate, so I might as well get them out there, right? But I've been busy trying to get an income, which unfortunately is my priority right now. I've been working really hard on that project, which you guys are see in the next few months or so, but that's what I've been mainly doing and putting all my side projects for now, as well as the Dragon Show, as you've seen. But I am going to finish those, so stay tuned. Pupsin says, I just made a Fursona. I'm a South American rodent with a punny name and a penchant for hats. That's right, I'm a cap-wearing capybara named Cappy. What species do you wish got more love in the community? Good question, Pup. I do love unique species, so anytime I see something that's like I don't usually see, I love it. We didn't see so many bats. We're seeing more bats. I love bats. I want to see a lot more rare species like pangolins and armadillos. And honestly, everyone should decide what their own Fursona is, obviously, but I always like to do little secondary characters too, so hey, keep making stuff, guys. Shukin Flask asks, what's your favorite way to beat the heat? Alternatively, what's a unique way to beat the heat? Well, Shukin Flask, you can put an ice cube out your ass, but I wouldn't recommend that for reasons I won't go into. And honestly, you're asking the wrong guy. Usually I'm pretty comfortable in the heat, but if it's like 90 to 100 degrees, I guess I'll take a cold shower. That's probably my best way to beat the heat. Or just jumping into a pool on a nice hot day. But I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. Moving on, Regday also asks, if you had a cheat code, what would you unlock and what sequence would you need to unlock it? Good question, Regday, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If I had a cheat code in real life, it would be so I can freeze time so I can get all my shit done. And it would be RARR, RARR, RARR. Rar 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 for dragon. Tyro asks, what's your favorite kind of Asian food? Good question, Tyro. As you know, I love spicy food, so I've been getting into the hot curry stuff. I will always order a good chicken hot curry if we get from a Thai place. Every so often I do a vegetable curry for my own health and the environment. Kung Pao is also a go-to for me. And Ferret loves crystal shrimp and sushi. I myself like sushi and I always eat it, but like I don't go out of my way to get sushi because it's expensive and it takes a lot of effort and I feel like I'm wasting the chef's time. Takel asks, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in a porn that you're reasonably sure wasn't there because of a fetish? Good question, Takel. I'd have to go with the entirety of Caligula. Caligula was the first and last high-budget porn that hired million-dollar actors and stuff. So you had set pieces of a giant army marching down the street fabulously, waving the arms, cutting to a BJ. And I don't know if that satisfied anyone or if there was something going on there. I just didn't think the director didn't know what to do with all that money. Serathan asks, is it strange and frustrating to not have conventions to go to on weekends? It is strange, Serathan, I'll give you that. And I'm not gonna lie, as someone who's socially anxious, it's very easy for me to say, yay, I don't have to see anyone this weekend. Yes! I need to, against my own will, make myself go see people because it's very easy to go into the shell of myself. So it's weird, yes and no I have. So personally, there's a lot of give and take. I mean, I enjoy cons just about as much as any weekend because it triggers so many of my social anxieties. But us personally in the Dragon House aren't going to go back to any con unless there's a vaccine available and testing everywhere they can get. In the meantime, we do have virtual cons online, and I think those are really great gaining speed, and I do hope they figure those out so that everyone can get in and everyone can share and communicate with each other. Because I do think there are still a little too many barriers to VR chat for everyone to have as much fun as they possibly can. And finally, Pupsins asks, self-pleasure with cannabis, weed whacking, master blazing, or hijacking? All three. Those are fantastic. I can't pick one because those are all great. Holy crap. I think I'm going to have to go with hijacking though. It's just so great. Oh, no. Weed whacking. I'm a suburbanite. Gotta go with weed whacking. And that's all for now, guys. We're going to have a lot more streams coming up soon. I'd say hit the sub and the like and all that kind of crap, but we're going to get our game up going here soon, and I hope you come with us. So we're going to have more streams, hopefully this week. Stay tuned, and I'll see you there. Well, that's all for now. If you like this, please hit the like, because that's what it's there for. And subscribe to us and tell your friends, because that's how we're trying to grow this thing so we can do it more for you. That's all for now, guys. I'm Xander, and see you later.